What we're going to do next is take a look at the differences between the Pro versus the free, just to kind of understand where does this line get drawn, what's the advantage of using Pro, can you do everything in free, what are things that are missing. To see that, let's go ahead and go into our Buy. If you click on Buy, you'll go into the Unity store. And inside of here, what you'll notice that you'll see is the option for Unity Pro. This is going to just give us a nice explanation of the differences between them. If you click on the Read More, and then there's a license comparison. So if we were to go with free versus Pro, or what Unity would just say is Unity versus Unity Pro, there's just going to be some checkboxes on and off through here. Just want to take a moment just to kind of help you understand that even if you get the free version, you can still make a lot of games, you can still make a lot of great tools, playable games, publishable games. The catch with all of this just comes down to some of the minor features. For instance, like with this one, there's a auto LOD, level of detail support, that Unity has for the Pro version. There are plugins, you can write your own if you want. It's not really that important until you get to a bigger project. Things like audio filter, video playback, streaming, the full streaming asset bundles, even with the license on this one. All of these they're not like huge important ones until you really get larger. And if you have a large company, you're doing really well with a product that you make, then it's a good problem to have, and it's something that you'll probably want to upgrade to a Unity Pro version with. When it comes to animations, there are IK rigs and the sync layers. Both of these is just going to be if you're looking for heavy 3D control, in-game control, meaning you're going to do a lot of scripting along with it. With the other options as well through here, deployment, you'll have a splash screen, so there's going to be a splash screen of Unity that comes up, and Unity actually it's getting such a good name for development that it's not something that's a negative thing to have. There's a lot of companies will start putting Unity as a splash page to say, yes, we do use Unity. It's not really a negative, but it's actually a positive to have it on there. When it comes to the graphics side, you're not really missing too much on graphics. There's a couple of things, for instance, soft shadows. Instead, you'll have the hard shadows. The HDR tone mapping won't be in there, and the light probes. But those are really minor points. Those are things that, again, when you get to a point, if your project is really taking center stage in all your development time, then you may find yourself wanting to move into the Pro version so you can start using those. The other features inside of here, for the graphics side, the global illumination, area lights, the static batching, render to texture, defer to rendering, stencil buffers, all of those, again, these are just going to be things for performance. You can get your initial idea down inside of Unity. You can create the majority, if not the entire game, without too much concern on that. When it comes to performance, if you're making a huge game, then you may find yourself going that route of saying, well, do I need Pro for a little while? Do I not? Unity has a wonderful month-to-month plan as well that really helps for the budget in case you need to go that direction. The other side with the code part, if you're coding things, for instance, with a nav mesh, which is having an object go around, there's just a dynamic obstacles and priority. Minor issue, it's ones that are also solvable through different means. Then just the native code plugin support. These, again, and then last part, integrated, the GPU profiler. This one is probably one that is actually kind of a benefit for the developer and the designer. I would say this is one of the few things that is nice to have when it comes to Pro version, but it's not something that's necessary. It's things that you can figure out through just careful observation of what's in your scene and how things are running. And then the last thing is just the option for the darker skin. And remember, the darker skin is what we're recording all the videos in, but it doesn't mean that these can't be done with free. Everything we do inside of here, everything we do with all the video tutorials on this for all the series, can all be done with the free version or the Pro version. Alright, so that's the basic rundown between the differences between Unity Free and Unity Pro. So again, there's not too many differences. It doesn't actually separate too far apart. There's going to be a couple of fun visual benefits, but other than that, using it to get your idea, using it to make your game, is all completely possible with both versions.